Check. What? Hold on. There we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to day number 2 in the A340. Listen. I know we do polls around here. I know we do, we're supposed to do this, supposed to do that. I just want to fly the 340. It's fun. I like it. After watching, I went down the rabbit hole on 340 sounds yesterday. I've concluded that the sounds are good, but they need just a little bit more whine and a little bit more bass for my personal liking. But I was going through 340 videos after stream yesterday, trying to hear all kinds of different takeoff sounds and stuff. But polls be damned, Jeff. I want to fly the 340. Here's the other thing. Everything is set up right now for my Airbus stuff. So I've got 4 cameras, 5 cameras, tillers, hardware, everything set up. To change it to do a 777 flight, just to go back into the Airbus, because I need to do a Fenix stream before I fly on Thursday at work, because I haven't flown in almost a month. So I didn't want to change all that. So this is why we're back in the bus. Now, I think I'm going to make it up to you. I think I'm going to do a recorded video for my trip coming up. It's either going to be in the YS11 or in the F28, the recently updated that's coming out on Thursday, I believe. But I might do that as well, just to give you guys something a little extra while I'm gone for the next couple days. But anyway, here we are. I was trying to figure out where to fly, what to fly, looking at liveries. It's Skardu time. It is the Skardu challenge. It's taken off here at a Delhi VIDP, and we're going to head up for about an hour and 20 minutes to one of the most challenging, most epic approaches, most epic airports in the sim that you can fly to. And I have some reservations about this. I haven't even done a test flight. I took off at a Skardu the opposite direction to get the thumbnail, but that's it. I have no idea if we'll be able to make the turn, if we'll fly it in. I did tweak some rudder curves, put a little bit more rudder curve, and I put a sensitivity limiter on my rudders as well for this thing. But I'm going to see how this puppy handles as we go over to Skardu. So looks like I've wound the sim time forward because I think it's close to midnight right now, real time, so we didn't want to fly this at night. Plus you can't get in there at night. But we're going to have a nice sunrise. It's foggy, or I guess it's not foggy. I guess it's, what is it? It's all the not, what did you call that? Pollution. That's the word I was looking for. All the pollution. And kind of just making a little dreary morning here, but there's somebody taxiing off there. Looks pretty sweet. So here we go. What are you doing, Chiron? I don't know what that's all about. All right. So YS11 would be amazing. Yeah, we're going to see about that. Let's see. Zippy's in the house. What's going on, man? Hold on. I got to sneeze. Sneeze attack. Okay. Zippy, good to see you, my man. And Harris Doss, welcome to Private Pilot. Glad to have you back on board. Ed E, good to see you over there on the vertical cam. Ace Fly Wings, you're over on the optimized mobile cam. If you want the full screen broadcast, check out the main YouTube page. You're on the vertical flight tracker cam over there, which I invite you to follow along if you're on your mobile device. But yeah, you're going to have a little bit off on the screen setting. So Alexander, what's up, man? Thank you for the commercial membership support for 5 months. Can finally send these again. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Alexander. Appreciate the support. Why are my alerts muted? I'm not getting any alert noises. Okay, there we go. My goodness. Bill's Mafia, thank you for the $5 super chat as well, my friend. Democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people, but the people are retarded. V1 probably. You know what? That sounds about right, Bill's Mafia. It sounds about right, my man. Yeah, we're going to fly what I want to fly, and this is the juice right here. Look at this old school delivery. Jet Airways, defunct airline. I guess it was a pretty decent airline. I'd never flown on Jet Airways, but kind of a cool livery. Not my favorite. I really want to fly the Gulf Air liveries. There's some sweet Gulf Air liveries that just came out that I really want to take a look at with the A340, but I need to get some sceneries and some routes over there as well. So Nabil's in the house. Good to see you. Wasm when? Listen, dude, I haven't had a single Wasm crash. I haven't had any problems at all whatsoever with the 340. Knock on wood. I just jinxed myself. So if we have any problems, we're going to blame Nabil for this one. But so far, guys, the 340, I know people are kind of, there's a lot of controversy with any builds, I guess. I mean, they've really, at least in what I've seen, some people love them. You either love them or you hate them. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have no issues with the 340 at all. Not a paid sponsorship. I actually, I wasn't even offered the airplane pre-release. I bought it after the release came out, and gotta be honest with you, I'm enjoying it. So here we go. May I reintroduce the 74200 to you? Yeah, right. Yeah, Jeremy, I did want to fly Gulf Air today, but somebody said it would be triggering if I flew Gulf Air from where we at, Delhi to Skardu. So I'm not sure of the political climate out here. Well, I mean, I kind of am, but I've trying to avoid the controversy again. But this Jet Airways used to be based here in Delhi, so this is actually kind of cool. Retro livery, which I like. All right, let's get this thing fired up. We got I want to try to sneak in an A320 stream this evening, so we're going to not waste any more time. Let's get the airplane booted up. Let's get the sounds on, and we're going to rock and roll. Let's get the batteries first. Now, I did update my airplane, so we are on 1.01 now, so hopefully there'll be some updates that we can pay attention to. So let's go ahead and get the power on, get this juiced up here. I don't know why that's flickering. That's going to be annoying, isn't it? The Indy Builds 350 was a rocky ride for a long time. It's smoothed out now, though. And I totally agree. I heard a lot of people having issues with it when it first released. I had some on release day. After that, I had no issues. But I can tell you, Indy Builds, I think they learned. I definitely think they learned a lot from the 350. And you can see that here with the 340. It's been pretty smooth. P1 actually British confirmed. Is it worth the price, Delta fan? Man, it really just... $60 is so steep. It's so hard to tell you, sit here and say, oh yeah, this is worth the price or not. Because when you have add-ons that have the depth of simulation like the Fenix that are cheaper, as I go through my overhead flow here, it's hard for me to say that. But I will say I'm not disappointed with my, like, I don't regret it. Okay, I don't regret my purchase. We're gonna go off auto. That looks good on there. Let's do our fire test, all of them at once. And I also don't know the 340 like I know the 320, Delta fan, so I can't really sit here and go through some, you know, little secret 340 tricks to see if they work in this airplane or not, because I'm not qualified to say those things. But again, I'm having fun with it. I particularly love having the EIS-1 CRT screens cockpit. It's just something different that we haven't seen. So, are you more excited about the Baron or Bonanza? Dude, I'm so stoked for both of those. I was looking at that video as soon as it dropped. Like, I'm very excited for both of those. Alright, so that's coming to life. Now, what I did want to check out is I kind of want to see if I can do a PDC here. So let's do an init request. Let's get this aligned. Boom. We'll clear these out. Okay, route uplinking. That looks good. Let's go to ATC COM and connection and VidP, VIDP. I want to see if I can get this here. I need a tune to clearance delivery. Alright, so connection status, notification, ATC. How did I get there before? Next page, departure request. Alright, A340, A343, ATIS code, just make it up, alpha. Actually, let's see what the ATIS is right now. Let's listen in real quick. And we're going from VidP, let's fill this. Oh.
You have information, India. Indira Gandhi Airport information India 0038 Zulu. Wind calm, haze. Few clouds at 3500, temperature 25, dew point 20, QNH 1014, landing runways 27, 29er left, departing runways 27, 29er right, 28. Transition level 050. Read back all hold short instructions. Advice on initial contact, you have information India.
Okay, we have information India. Alright, I've sent my message. I sent request pre-departure clearance. We'll see if it comes back. Ooh, we actually got it. Clear to offset. If unable, revert to voice. So I've got it on my Beyond ATC. I have a clearance, but it didn't come through here. Am I supposed to put BATC here? So on my Beyond ATC, I actually got my PDC clearance. It says clear to OPSED 29er right, ATIS India, when ready, call 11855. If unable, revert to voice. Okay, so I guess you just look at it from Beyond ATC and we don't have to actually pick it up. So, okay, cool. Respect runway 29er right. So let's go ahead and load it up here. Departure 29er right. All right, departure 29er right. I kind of wanted to get clearance from Delhi. I'll tell you what. Let's do it anyway so we can hear both. Delhi clearance, Jet Airways 357, request IFR clearance to Skardu.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, Delhi delivery, expect runway 29er right, or OT 6 Charlie departure, squawk 5632.
Alright, clear to Skardu, 29er right departure, Oro 6 Charlie departure, squawk 5632, Jet Airway 357. Oh, I don't know if my yeah, let's read it back to them.
Oro 6 Charlie departure, squawk 5632, Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
Cool. All right.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, readback correct. Contact ground 118.55 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 118.55 when ready, Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
Okay, all right, so we're going to load it up. We got our clearance delivery. That sounds good. So our clearance is done. We needed to check the charts, though. Do we have charts for OPSED? We don't, so we're going to have to use these charts, I think. Or no. How did I use the charts in here? Flight planner, use default. Airport facility chart. Right, so there it is. Skardu, we're going to land 3-2. That's the one. I just wanted to make sure we were landing the right runway. That doesn't seem right, though. What? No, 325. So we're going to land the 1-5 is what I'm looking at. I want to land 1-5. Yes, or I guess it's 1-4 in here, and I'm not sure which one is which, but all right. Let's change that around real quick. All right, 1-5 right, I guess. Wow, that 1-5 right's in the box. All right, cool. So our main flight plan is done. Secondary, let's do a quick initialization here. VidP to VidP. Boom, boom. I guess you did get the clearance. I did. It's not. Yeah, see, that's just it's request pre-departure clearance, but I didn't come through. It came through on my Beyond ATC, but it didn't come through my DCDU. All right, we'll come back to 29er right should we need it. Secondary perf. Clear that out. Looks like we are aligned. All right, let's just put 200 down here in the radmins. Altimeter is Magic barrel ref 1014. Temperature off to ECAM 24. Mild night will calm the winds. Progress page VIDP. Boom. Get this all set up here. Init B. We'll wait on that. Fueling is done. 44.5 is in the box. And fuel page is good to go. Balance. Let's get this all done. Fire up the APU. Seatbelts are coming on. Take a listen outside. Here we go. Sometimes it's bugged. I've seen it happen with the Fenix sometimes. All right, that's cool that I at least got it come through. I gotta mess with it a little bit more to be more familiar with it. How come I don't use online ATC anymore? I got IP banned because they wanted me to submit ID. And honestly, I like the traffic. I like the traffic that Beyond ATC provides better. I do miss on some flights flying with y'all, like Barry Seal Ops and stuff. But to be honest with you, man, I listen to some streams with that sim going on in the background. It just kind of growing away from it. I thought you put Beyond ATC in the box. No, Vodka, you put the departure. Have you had a chance to fly each 777 variant with the new bore sounds? It's a total game changer. I haven't flown all three, but the Rolls-Royce is absolutely amazing. We're going to do probably 777-300 tomorrow. Probably 777-300 tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we'll start the chrono. We'll get terrain on ND. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Let's get our zero fuel weights zeroed in. There we go. That looks good. Perf. We'll come back to the speeds, but let's take a look at the departure here for VidP, and we'll actually star some charts out here. We'll go to the airport reference charts 10-9. If I can find it, since there's 54 of them. 10-9. There it is. There's taxi routes. We'll pin that one. We're going to 29er right. Oh my gosh, that's a long taxi. Okay, 29er right all the way around. And the SID departures green. We're on the Oro 6 Charlie departure. We'll pin that one. Orati, that's going to be climbing out here 1,700 feet, 250 max till passing 9,000. That shouldn't be an issue at all. At or above 17, at or below 4. Take a look at that here. At or below 4, that's in the box. Oh, wonderful. So that's all set up, good to go. We'll get our flight directors on. We'll set our top altitude. Climb via SID, which was... what is it? You just set 4? I guess we just set 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 to DP 659 Orati. So we'll set 4,000 feet here. Alright, 4,000 is set. We'll get the speeds. And remember, for realism, set your PFD and your ND brightness about the 10 o'clock position. And that's about realistic CRT brightness. We'll do it across the board. Alright. We're ready to cook now. Let's get the APU bleed on. We'll disconnect from those. Boom, boom, boom. Let's close up the doors. And we'll run some... remove chocks, remove GPU. Close all doors. We'll disconnect the jet bridge. That's loud. Wow, the APU sounds different. Did they do some sound tweaking to this? It almost sounds like they tweaked the sounds. Zachary Contrabasso, thanks for the 23 months of support, my man. Says just saying hi, now headed to sleep. Hey, get some rest, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. All right, toggle arm doors. All doors are armed. Let's go ahead and do takeoff performance, sync FMS, sync a weather, And let's calculate force Toga. Ken LeMay, what's going on, man? Alright, speeds 55, 61, and 65. That's going to be a flap 1 and up. Not pup. Flaps 1 up 5.2. Alright, 55, 61, 65. Flaps 1 up 5.2. Toga set. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Reduction is 1750. Let's go back to the charts here real quick. 1700 max. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. 250 max. All right, cool. So 250 max until passing. So I'm going to put a selected, pre-select 250 here just to remind myself on the speed so we don't accelerate past that. Don't really need to do that because it's 250, but whatever. So 250 is set. Perf speeds are set. Doors and windows are closed and locked. Beacon is on. Before start checklist. Windows, doors, and slides closed and on. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Park brake is on. Flap handle needs to be in the up position. Before start checklist complete. Tutco says, I'm currently determined to try and solve the multiplayer support issues discussed earlier at some point, but no promises. Thanks for streaming. Hey, Tutco, for sure, man. I'll have to... So I lost my internet right when... you were texting or sending those messages.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy at gate 202. Request pushback and engine start.
We need to turn down beyond ATC a little bit as well.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, Delhi ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Pushback approved. Face northwest. Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
All right, put the vertical stream up on the ground cam. What is that taxiing behind us? Is that a 320 or was that a... Yeah, it's a 320. I thought for a second it was one of those Chinese 320s. All right, we are ready for push and start. Before checklist is completed, let's go ahead and go ground, equipment, push back, start cockpit to ground, ground to cockpit, release brakes, brakes released. Ready to push. Jesse Ordonez, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. Getting us off the gate here a little bit, let's see, 15 and, yeah, 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes. We should be good. It does sound like the APU has more detail for sure, Jeremy. All right, here we go. In the push. Can't believe we got to go to 29 right. Let's go ahead and start them up in the pushback. So, engine mode to ignition start. Turning 1. 10% N2, and then we'll crank 2. I'm going to turn the sounds all the way up, see if there's any change. I know the APU sounds different.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention please for the safety demonstration. Even if you're a frequent flyer, we...
10%, turn 2.
This aircraft. Your safety is our top priority. Please pay close attention to this important safety briefing. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into
Oh,
the
look,
buckle
this one has a
to
different
tighten
engine patch
the
over
strap.
here.
To release, lift the top of the buckle. In case of unexpected turbulence, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever seated. If the cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will automatically drop. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Your life vest is under or beside your seat.
Push complete, set
If
brakes.
instructed to use it,
Brakes set,
slip it
clear,
over your
disconnect some
head,
of the pin out front.
fasten
Thanks
the
for the push.
straps, and pull them tight. Inflate by pulling the red tip.
All right, waiting for the boxes to go away. That's interesting. We have those on the brand new Neo software. I guess they have this on 340s. This makes sense on a 340. You got 4 engines over here. On the 320, I'm like, why are we boxing engines? All right, number 3 and 4 at the same time. Here we go.
To the nearest exit. These are being pointed out by your crew now. Please note, the closest exit may be behind you. Please take a moment to review the safety card in your seat pocket for more information.
EIS 1340 does have boxes indeed. That's correct. Like I said, Turk, I could see that happening on the 340, but on the 320, when we started getting that software, I'm like, why do we need to box which engine we're starting? Like, you have 2 of them. How many smooth-brained operators are out there? We don't know which one we're turning. Are you going to fly the YS-11 soon? Yes. I'm either going to stream it tomorrow or this evening, or there's going to be a recorded video. I'm getting the itch to just do a recorded video. I don't know why. Nash, it might be. I have the sliders all the way max for this one, so I have max dirt and weathering on this aircraft. Engine start sounds are very quiet. And I do have all my sound settings all the way up. Unless they change. See, we got the... That's up there. Audio settings. Yeah, everything's all the way up. Alright. Alright, we got 4 good starts. There's the Avail. There's the Avail. That's coming back there. That's going back there. Let's do flaps 1. Flap sounds seem mistimed. Back up to the overhead APU bleed. That's coming off. That's coming off. We're going to be up 5 points. 2. Oh. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. I'm curious to see how my rudder feels because I put some curves on it. Alright. Neutral. That's ready to go. That's clear. Let's go auto brakes, max, takeoff, config, checked. We're going to go auto, auto, and let's go on. And we'll leave you in standby. What was our squawk code? It was 5632. 5632. Okay, we are ready to taxi. Long taxi. Let's get our charts out. EFB seems very snappy compared to the 350 when it first released, so that's, I like that.
All aircraft be advised information Juliet now current QNH 1014.
Hopefully we're not switching runways. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. Delhi ground, Jet Airway 357 Heavy, ready taxi with Juliet. Andrew P, my man, what's going on, dude? Welcome in.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, runway 2, 9 right taxi via November 3, November 4 Charlie, Alpha.
What?
Runway 29 right taxi via November 3, November 4, Charlie Alpha, Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
Okay, so he wants us to get onto Charlie and Alpha, so I'm going to go... Oh, we're at November 3, November 4, November, Charlie. So my scenery may not line up, but we're going to figure it out together. Taxi lights coming on, brakes released. Still got the 2 and 3 engine effects. I wonder if that's by design. Alright, so this... We need to go right. Alright, brake check. Pressure 0. Takeoff config, we'll recheck that here. Alright, so we're going to come out here to the right. Clear right. Throw you on the ground. Okay, so November 3, November 4, November Charlie Alpha. So we need to come out here. We're eventually going to run into Charlie and Alpha. Reset the chrono. We are pretty light, she's rolling on her own, which is good. Do I have tiller disabled in rudder? Let me check. I do. Ooh, my rudder feels much better. Okay, I will share my rudder settings with you. when we get somewhere that I know where we're going. So taking this out, left turn on Charlie. This is it. So I've been fiddling with my rudders. I will agree. I think Q8 pilot mentioned that the airplane doesn't feel right on the ground. I kind of agree with when you first land, it feels kind of wiggly, like you just have way too much rudder authority. It's too sensitive. So I've been tweaking mine, and I think I like it now. So let me get straight here on Charlie, and I'll be able to pull up my current rudder sensitivities. You may think they seem drastic, but I'm also using a tiller. So if you use a tiller for steering, I would recommend it. If you don't use a tiller for steering, you may be out of luck, because I don't think you'll be able to have enough control with the nose wheel if you use rudders for steering. But here we go. Let me pull them up. We're straight on Charlie. Take a snapshot of these if you will, if you wish to. Crosswind, assigned, rudder axis, input curve. That is what I'm rocking with the rudders. And I have the MFG crosswinds, and to me that feels like the juice. So you're welcome. Alright, we're straight here. We're going to go all the way down and make a left on Alpha, which will be the second left, the outer. I'm 32 minutes late to the stream. We're still on the ground. Max, what's up? No, you're not 32 minutes late. That's about right. So we can get off the gate 30 minutes. I like to be 30 minutes or less off the gate from stream start. Now, there's always 10 minutes of shout-outs. The juice is loose. Key 6 is in the house, my man. How you doing this fine morning? If you get typed on another aircraft, you're going to change your hardware to match? Well, I'll tell you what, Nash. Just prior to the stream, I placed an order with WinWing. TBD. Coming soon. I did place an order with WinWing, officially. Since apparently they don't love me, so that's alright. I also ordered a McDo, or let me say this, a McDo type. It's not necessarily a McDo or not a McDo, but it could be something else. But a screen for you to see typage. So there'll be some changes for sure. If I might suggest 2 flight routes for the YS-11, yes, Tokyo to Omiyuka. Dude, that's like 700 miles, isn't it? I think I looked at that. But I'll look at them again, man. Put them in the Discord, because I'm going to lose them in the chat messages. But if you put it in the Discord, I might be able to find it. Or leave a comment on the VOD, or leave a comment on the last YS-11 video. Not looking forward to seeing those chubby barbecue fingers? Ooh, come on, Turk. You know you like those chubby barbecue fingers. Alright, here we go. This is the first one, which we are not taking. We are taking Alpha. Sandstorm. Does look like Sandstorm. Anybody remember the map Sandstorm from America's Army 2.5? One of the world's best first-person shooters, circa like 2005. Alright. Alpha, all the way down, chat. Man, the viz is low. But see, I'm getting great performance. I'm not running auto FPS. I'm running beyond ATC, so I have a ton of airplanes out there. We're in the 340 any builds, and this performance is great. So I mean, performance alone, I think any builds really did it. Any builds really did it with the optimization. And I love that. This might be my favorite wing view in the game currently, because it has 4 engines. My current favorite wing view in the game right here. A340. PMDG when? What are your computer specs? Exclamation point specs. You'll get the whole sheet, man. YS-11, I saw one on an air show once. The flight deck was made for dwarves. Dude, the YS-11 was made, pre-World War II? Or just post-World War II? Like, it's old, dude. The YS-11 is an old bird. But it's great, man. The one we have, best, I got it on sale. I don't know what they're currently charging for the YS-11 on Local Legends. But I will tell you, I spent $11, I think, $10 or $11. It was the best $11 I ever spent in flight simulation, was buying the YS-11. Now, I think full price is what, $17 to $20, somewhere in there. A little bit steeper, but I still think it's 100% worth it. if you like old school turboprop. And actually, the YS11 like house livery, didn't it say prop jet on it? I think it said prop jet. For me, the 380 wing view is juicier. Ooh, Pascal, that's an airplane we haven't flown in. What is the status of the fly-by-wire 380? How's that bird doing? Should we take that? We haven't flown that in ages. Maybe we should take the 380 out of Skardu as we taxi into the dirt. Just put them in the general, Janet. That's fine. I can always search for it. Do you prefer the Radeon over the NVIDIA? Diego, I haven't. Honestly, I always preferred NVIDIA. I'm running Radeon now because I couldn't get a 5090 card when they came out. And I really have no issues, to be honest with you. It's been fine with me. The one thing I don't like is there was some stability issues early with drivers. But it's been holding its own. The C-160 still hasn't been flown since the 2024 update. Well, don't you have to buy it again? Is it a paid update to come? I also want to fly the Dukes. There's so much I want to fly. Rough landings. I don't believe I've done any takeoffs. Oh, you know what? We did one. The A350 release day, we flew to Skardu, and then we did the turnaround and flew back from Kathmandu. But you're absolutely right. We need to do more. We should do some takeoffs out of Skardu, because that's pretty epic. Takeoff with failures on maximum, just in case you get an engine failure. I'm pretty sure getting out, though, if you lose an engine, you're just dead. There's like no... I don't know how they take off out of there. There's probably a moment in time on takeoff. I guess if you go off 3-2, you probably have to take off 3-2. Because 3-2, you can go up the valley. I don't think you'd be allowed to land the other way, because I don't see how you could get out of there if you lose an engine. Or you have to be extremely weight limited. There's a whole document on Google if you just search for Skardu landing procedures or whatever, and you'll find a whole document of how they fly the real 320s in and out of there. Piston Duke or A2A Aerostar? Tony Johns, oh my goodness. Piston Duke, but the A2A Aerostar is very good now. It is very good now, but the Piston Duke still
Jet
takes the
Airways
cake in my...
357 Heavy. Contact Delhi Tower 123.825.
I also want to fly the Aerostar again.
Contact
Right.
Tower 123.825, Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
Alright, we made it. Oh, we gotta go all the way to the end. Is this the end? Why does my taxiway stop? My scenery doesn't quite line up. Oh yeah, this is the end. That's a displace threshold. You could use that for takeoff, but we don't need it, so let's go ahead and get out of here.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, holding short, runway 29 right.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, Delhi Tower, wind variable, runway 29 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 29 right, cleared for takeoff. Jet Airways 357 Heavy.
Alright, we're going to pay particular attention to the takeoff sounds. I'm going to do it from the wing view that we watch the videos from. Alright, so... Oh, hold on, chat. I got to take this call. Have to take this call. Chat. Chat. Chat, hang on. This is monumental. All right. Chat, we're back. Chat. Yeah, very good news. Hold on, I'm trying to do. Let me line up on the. I can't believe there's so many people still waiting here. All right, I'm so excited. I don't remember what date it was. I don't remember the 17th, 18th, or 19th. I gotta check my email. Let me line up here real quick. Alright, 29er right. Liner up is beautiful. Look at that. I'm freaking typed on this airplane. That's about as good as they come. Alright, stand by on the takeoff clearance. C-152 instructor gig. Oh my goodness. I'm still like shaking. Hold on. I gotta check my email there real quick. Please, internet, don't die on me. The internet has been kind of spotty today. Yes, November 19th. Hold on, I gotta do this real quick. Second, guys. I don't want to mess this up. I'm filling out the form to make it official. Just going to take 3 minutes. And then we're going to Skardu. We might just have to can the stream and take a 777. Alright. That's my phone number. Let me make sure I'm not posting this live. I'm not. Okay, good. Make sure that's good. Make sure that's good. Chat, it's done. Okay. November 19th, which is what, almost a month from now? Upgrade now. It's gonna be. I'll have to make an official announcement. I don't know. Come on. What do you want? I'll just say this. I'll make an official stream release later, but I will tell you, since everybody's been waiting so patiently, that starting November 19th, I will officially be starting with a new employer, which is huge because I've spent the last 10 years of my life with one employer, gaining seniority and quality of life. But it was time for a change in the current landscape of things that are going on, and it's officially official now. It's done. November 19th, chat. I'll have more. I'll do a stream when I get a little bit more information on. Well, I already have all the information, but I'm gonna save more details for later. But with that said, I'm literally like, I'm kind of shaking. Like, my hands are kind of shaking. Let's go flying. Let's go flying. Let's get yogas in chat. What did I miss? I missed some things here. AJ, thanks for $3. Your training captain is some angry guy named Bro. Oh my gosh. All right. Yogas in chat. Celebratory takeoff. Back to corporate jets. Yeah, here we go. Keep us in suspense. I'll keep you in suspense. Ooh, there's a little bit of wine. There's a little bit of wine. Toga. Yes, sir. Mantoga, SRS, runway, auto thrust, blah. 80 knots, thrust set. 100 knots. Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up, fly with, watch your ears. It's going to be loud. The sounds are different. Ooh, a little bit of a...
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, contact Delhi departure 124.6.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy, good morning, 2,400 feet.
Flap
Jet
0.
Airways 357 Heavy, Delhi departure, good morning identified, climb to flight level 190.
Congrats on the new job. You deserve it. Here's $10 for your C-160 upgrade.
Dude, Co, my man, thank you so much for the bank angle check. I appreciate you. Yeah, my brain is so fried right now, dude. I don't even know what's going on. What are we climbing to, chat? 190. I got alarms going off. 190. Hey, like the 19th. 190. Open climb. Back up we go. After takeoff check is complete. Thank you, Tuco. Appreciate that. Carlito dropping a $50 super chat as well, my man. Congrats, Barry. Thank you so much, Carlito. That's a massive $50 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Very kind. Thank you for the congrats. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for me. The last year or so has just been kind of crazy, especially the last 4 to 5 months. I don't know if you can tell in my voice and my streaming and just my general demeanor. It's not been the greatest. There's just been so much going on in my real career and in my personal life and stuff happening, and to finally have closure and just have a definitive answer of what I'm going to be doing now, and just I can finally just be at peace, you know. So it's huge. It's huge. Thank you, Carlito. Tenured Amoeba, thank you so much for the $5 super chat as well. It says, congrats, V1. I'm sure it's not easy to give up seniority, but I can tell by the excitement in your voice, it's the right move. Yeah, I thank you, man. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Yeah, it's, I just don't want to worry about it anymore, you know? For the last 3 years, the stability of my career has just been up in the air, and I'm tired of it. I mean, it's closer to 4 years of it now. And while, yeah, it's a lot to give up 10 years of seniority and start over, the fact that I know there's a base where I'm living and I want to raise my family, and I know I'll have an operator that's going to be there for the rest of my career, hopefully. I mean, you never know, but a much higher probability. It just is a big relief. But I will release more details for sure. And Boeing or Airbus, Benny, I don't know yet. As soon as I get up to cruise here, I'm going to look at the class drop right now, and I'll have an idea, but I won't actually know until I go to class. So the way aircraft are assigned, it's all based on seniority and it's all based on age. So when you get hired by a new operator, your age determines, most of the time it's age, sometimes they use social security number, but this particular operator, they use age. The oldest in the class will be the most senior, so they get to pick first, and there's a limited number of slots for everything, right? So you have 7.3s and A320s in one base, maybe A320s only in one base, and everyone gets to pick where they want to go, but there's a limited number of spots. There's the exact amount of spots as there is people in class, and the most senior or the oldest in class will get to choose first. So typically the most desirable places to live go off the board first, and the most junior bases end up at the bottom of the list. So I won't officially know for sure until class starts, but I'm just going to turn the autopilot on because I want to fly right now. But yeah. Captain McGee, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you. It says it's a lot of family, man. It's a lot for a family man to go through. Congrats, Captain McGee. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the other thing too, man. I'm sole income provider, 4 kids. It's just the amount of stress that is on that is just like, come on, man. I don't want to have to be stressed about it anymore. So, I'm very, very relieved. Thank you, man, for the super chat. I appreciate you. I got auto ATC on. I got every auto thing on. I'm just going to sit here and look at the wing view. Get to these super chats. Danny, thank you for the $5, the 5 gifted subs as well, Danny. Appreciate you. Very, very kind, sir. If you picked up membership from Danny, you should consider yourself very lucky because you got the celebratory membership. Appreciate you, Danny. Eastern T3, thank you for the 20 pounds, dude. I really appreciate that. It says, congrats, V1. I hope you enjoy the new gig. Thank you so much, Eastern T3. I appreciate the 20-pound super chat. Very, very kind of you, sir. I look forward to sharing with you guys my experiences as I go through it, because I've never got to go through it starting over while, having anybody that was interested in flying at all, so it'd be kind of fun. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. All right, 400, pull for open. Up we go. Turks is here. I was wondering if you were around. Turks, my man, dropping a $50 super chat as well. Thank you so much, Turks. He says, welcome, my friend. We treat probies well here. You won't be buying a meal on a trip for the next year. Reach out, ask questions. The union is here for you and your family. Turks, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. Very, very kind for that. Thank you so much for all your help, man. Just answering questions and just being able to, have someone with some inside knowledge to make the decision process easier, and I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, and thank you for the $50 super chat. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you. Jesse with the $5 super chat as well. My goodness.
Captain, it's been a privilege over the years to watch your family and career grow and become what it is. Awesome, my man.
Dougal McTavish as well. Thank you so much, Dougal, for the bank angle check, Dougal. It has been quite the journey, my man, Dougal. Dougal's been here since the beginning, and it has been quite the ride, hasn't it, Dougal? And you've been here the whole time. I appreciate the support over all the years, man. Thank you. It means a lot, Dougal. Appreciate you. Jesse Ordonez, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend, as well. Says, congrats, man. Clear blue skies from here on. Now, let's hope. I mean, they're probably not always going to be clear. They're not always going to be blue, but that's flying, right? At least we get the opportunity to go flying. Oops. And there we go. Right on cue. Theme is... There we go. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, hopefully we have... It's all blue skies for me now. Just with what I've been dealing with for the last 3 or 4 years, man. That just feels good. Team Vodka, my man, dropping $50 super chat as well. A month of streams to celebrate. Well, hold on. So here's the thing. We're not going to put my 2 weeks in. I got to do this here. Hold on. Let me look at my schedule. You're absolutely right, Vodka. Let me look at my schedule. So what is 2 weeks from today? That's actually coming up quick, right? So it's the 21st. So 1 week would be the 28th. A week after that would be the 4th. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, my friends. I'll fly these couple of trips that I have, and then the 19th is a Wednesday. That's interesting. Wednesday. Go figure. Turks, 10 years. I finally get to hold a Thanksgiving week of vacation off. and I'm going to be quitting before then. I love it. That is just this career in a nutshell, man. Took me 10 years. This is my first year, 10 years of seniority, to be able to hold an actual paid vacation week over Thanksgiving. Now, there's ways around it. You can bid the week before, week after, which I normally did, and then slide it. But to actually be awarded a large holiday on your vacation week, this was the first year that happened to me, and I won't even get to use it. And I'll be very happy to not use it. So, but yes, Vodka, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Vodka is splurging. Vodka, you've been around for a long time as well, man. I appreciate the support. The ranting, the Discord rants. Vodka's always been a handful of you. Vodka's been there too most of the time in the Discord when the post-stream ranting back in the day, and all the insider information. You guys hang out in the voice channel after the streams. That's typically when I drop by for my daily rants, but appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support, man. With that, you'll be 100% home for Christmas as well with travel benefits. Dude, that's awesome, Turks. Well, look, she's like, you know, if you're local, I'm like, yeah, I'm local. So freaking love it, man. I'm just excited. I'm so excited. And to be able to do training local, that's freaking sweet too, man. But I definitely want to stay at the provided housing because I don't want to be driving. But I am super excited. Turk says, just FYI, you'll be able to bid pretty much every holiday off here. It takes seniority to work holidays. Really? Wow, that's crazy, Turk. So I bet you probably, I guess, I don't know what your pay is over the holiday. So you know what the pay override is for holidays at my current operator? It's $25. Oh, wait, no, I think it's $25, or is it $75 now? It might have been, I think it was $25, and then they upped it to, you get a $75 bonus to work on a holiday, where most other operators offer like 2x pay or whatever. So yeah, holidays are not, people don't work holidays here. They try not to, so it's very hard to get a holiday off officially. Previous career reveal, I'm gonna say, I think I should save it, right? I mean, a lot of you know. It's not like I keep it a secret, but those of you that are in the know. I mean, because it doesn't take much to figure it out. But I don't know. I kind of want to make a video, you know? Like, what's that one guy, Bananas, on Instagram? He went from Spirit to United. I don't know. I do know I need to text my wife real quick here. Oh, Benny, thank you so much, Benny, for the $5 super chat, my friend, as well. He says, congrats, 787 left seat will not be far. All right, only when I'm 72 years old, Benny, then I could do it. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support over the years as well. Someone had a good question. Said, if you get 320, would you be able to skip training? Nope. The only thing that is different is, I think, you wouldn't take a type ride. So if you're already typed on the aircraft, the check ride that you take isn't a type ride because you're already typed, but you are still held to the same standard, and you still have to fly the airplane according to the procedures of the operator. So that's, someone asked me someone told me a long time ago when I was flying freight, when I went to my Beach 99 training, the instructor, he said, what makes a commercial pilot, what's the difference between a commercial pilot, professional pilot, or like a good pilot and a professional pilot? And his answer was, a professional pilot will fly the airplane the way that the owner wants you to fly it. Because, there's multiple ways to fly an airplane. And a lot of times there's multiple correct ways to do something. But especially when you get into the airline world, you have procedures and they want you to fly it a certain way. And flying an airplane the way the owner or operator wants you to fly it is part of being a professional. So you're still held to the same standards as if you were on a type ride, but you have to have all the procedures down that operator wants. Andre, what I missed 67 months of support. I got a phone call on takeoff to make it officially official that I'd be changing operators starting November 19th, right? So November 19th will be my first day of new hire ground school after spending the last 10 years not even thinking about being a new hire. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting and a little bit nervous, I guess. But I'm excited. I'm just so thankful because I'll let you in on a little secret. I'll make an official video or stream of it later, but this particular operator that I am going to be going to, I actually interviewed and had a successful interview and a chance to go there 3 or 4 years ago. And the way the landscape was at the current time, I was like, in my heart, I wanted to go, but in my brain, I said, I can't do this because starting over financially, my wife was like 3 weeks from having a baby, and the commuting and everything, it didn't seem like the right decision in my brain, even though my heart wanted to go. So I said no. Respectfully, right? You don't want to burn a bridge, and this is why. But I respectfully said, no, I'm going to pass. But then right after that, my current operator basically went off a cliff, and everything started trending downward, and things started changing, and everything just started falling apart. And I was definitely regretting the decision I made. But in this career, you have to make decisions based on incomplete information, and you just got to make the best one. Looking back, you'll always make the right decision if you look back, but that's not reality. But a part of my, part of my sadness was the fact that, well, man, I already had my shot. There's no way if I reapply that I'm going to get a second chance. Guys wait years. Sometimes guys never get a call, And here I am thinking I'm gonna try to get a second opportunity to go back to this one particular operator that I wanted to go to, and I prayed about it and I just kept my head down, and sure enough, I got a second opportunity. So to go through the process twice is just, I feel incredibly blessed to be able to get through it and be sitting where I'm sitting now. So. Bubba says, I got my private check ride on Friday. So nervous, but I know my instructor wouldn't send me if I wasn't ready. Hey, Bubba Gort, that is awesome, man. Well, congrats on getting that all set up to go. Yeah, nerves are normal, man. A little bit of nerves are normal, especially on your PPL. But I think once you get there, all your nerves are going to go away, man. So just remember to don't study too hard the night before, because you either know it or you don't. By about now. If your check ride is on Friday, you know all the information that you need to know. So just stay sharp, review things that you might be weak on, but the day before the check ride, just do a little review early and then just relax, man, and then roll in on Friday and go crush that check ride. Francisco says, I'm 54 years old. I'm getting ready to be enrolled in university for aviation to get all my certificates to the regionals. Something about my age. Hey, Francisco, 54 years old, man. If you want to pursue aviation, you obviously, if you're in the U.S., you got 10 years left. So you're definitely going to be limited in your length of career. But if it's something you want to do, man, just put your head down and go for it. Because, I've flown with tons of people that have been second career, third career. Matter of fact, I flew with somebody who was a career air traffic controller for 25 years. He came to my operator at 52 years old, and he's now since retired. Actually, no, I take that back. He was 56 years old. Came to my operator, and he spent 9 years there, and now he's since retired. But yeah, man, if you want to do it, just knock it out. And obviously, time is of the essence, right? So don't be discouraged. Let's make a poll to see who your former employer was. Ooh, that's a good idea. V1 is hoping for the 757 fleet. He would have been just senior to me. How the turntables. Like, kid, happy to have you. Thanks, Turks. Yeah, man, I just I can't even. What's interesting is when I went to the interview the second time, I was talking with a guy there that he wasn't the one that interviewed me, but another captain that was doing interviews there, and he was talking about my current situation, and he went through a TWA American acquisition, and he made a decision that basically cost him several thousand, or I don't know, 8,000 numbers or something, maybe not that much, but it's significant. And he just said, look, man, you got to just make a decision and move forward, because you'll kill yourself if you keep looking back. So you just got to put your foot in the ground and make a move, and just roll with it, because until we set the parking brake for the last time on that retirement flight, you'll never know if you did it right. You'll never know. So, thank you, Dougal. Appreciate it. V1 is a professional real-life pilot and flight simulation pilot, also a gentleman, humble, and so glad you have a bright future. We appreciate your time and efforts for your live streams. Thank you, Swim and Climb, man. I appreciate you, dude. Very kind words, man. Thank you for that. How can you know what's going to happen? The legacy carriers figured out how to compete with ULCCs on price, and here we are. Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, man. You have a black swan event, like COVID or something else. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. So that's why in this career, the career of aviation, you just have to make a decision. And my problem for the last several years has just my inability. I felt like I fell into this hole of not being able to make a decision. And with everything, not just aviation stuff, but just little things like, why am I second guessing everything I do now? Why am I lacking the ability to make a decision? And I finally committed to just being like, look, I'm done. Just move forward. Stop looking back. Why are we turning so steeply? Is this part of our flight plan? It is. All right, good. Why? Oh, because we're stalling. Chat. We're trying to get to 40,000 feet here at 250 knots, 6.6 Mach. Oh, my goodness. Chat. Don't tell my new operator. Remember when you decided to get an espresso martini? I did. I do, vodka. I found VLS. There it is. 200 knots. 39,000 feet. What is our optimum? 40.7. We're about the same weight as we were yesterday. 35. A little bit lighter. Look at this. Okay, so this is a good lesson into why. Watch this. You shouldn't have very much thrust here. Watch this. Look at that. There's Toga. Guys go, oh, I'm going to add thrust when I get up in a slow speed situation at high altitude. Look at that. No change. No change. Very little. So high altitude aerodynamics is completely different than low altitude. That's why we dedicate our EET, enhanced envelope training, to high altitude and low altitude recovery techniques, because they're different. If you get into a deep stall here at 39,000 feet, look at the I'm in Toga thrust. There's nothing I can do. So you got to be very, very careful about that. It's coming up slowly. The thrust won't save you from a stall at high altitude. Advanced test pilot at work. I don't think your new operator flies the 340. True. Even though regionals have 65 years, I can go to charter. Absolutely, Francisco. Yeah, you can definitely do charter. You can do corporate work. Absolutely, man. That's what a lot of guys, even a lot of the airline guys, after they age out, 35, they go fly net jets or something like that because they can't get enough of it. Hold on, I never did text my wife. Let me text my wife here. I was the first one to be called of the day. That's crazy. Call her. I will. We found out before Miss V won. You guys did. You did find out. All right. I'm going to give her a ring here in a second. Right before Thanksgiving. Yep. That's all right by me. I will happily have dinner Thanksgiving evening at the trading center. Because here's the thing. I'm in a chat group with, I think there's almost 1,000 people in there right now. Maybe not that many. There's several hundred people in this one chat group I'm in. It's everybody that has a CJO. A CJO is a conditional job offer. So we all went through the process of interviewing. We were all offered a job, but it's not official until you get a class date. It's actually not official until you're in class. Even then, you could argue it's not official until after year one. But getting in your butt in seat on class day is pretty much is pretty official. So everybody's in that. We have several hundred people in this chat, and everybody posts their class date and their CJO offer date, so we can kind of track who's going, when people are getting called. So nobody, at least in this group, had been called from my CJO date, and then I posted it, and they're going, yeah, you're the first one to be called from our class. So that makes me feel good. I wonder if it's because it's alphabetical. Either way. Oh, but what I was saying is, yeah, I'll happily have Thanksgiving dinner in the training center, because I've been seeing people get offered class dates in December. So there are people getting class dates in December, but you remember what we said about seniority? Seniority starts day one of ground school. So if I go into class on 11/19 and somebody got offered a December class, now I'm senior to those that are starting in December. And it may be small, but if there's ever a black swan event or something crazy and the furlough hits or a bid comes out and you want an airplane, it comes down to that individual number. I knew a guy, still know him, who deferred his class at my current operator 2 months because of he had like this really extravagant vacation. He's going to Europe, which I mean totally get, right? So he deferred his class date by 2 months. When the first, or on camera, whichever round of furloughs came up, he was the last guy to get cut. If he had gone when he was initially offered class, he wouldn't have been put on the street for furlough, right? So it comes all the way down to that seniority number. So that's why you always, in my opinion, you always take the first available class date, even if you have to move some stuff around. It's worth it. I had, Thanksgiving plans. I could care less about them now. Had Christmas plans. Could care less about them now. It's short-term sacrifices for long-term gain and protection in the future, hopefully. So, Tenor to B, but thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Says, I'm not a pilot, but I spent 22 years in commercial aerospace with the same company. I changed jobs earlier this year and could not be happier. Wow, 22 years. And then switched over. That's quite the jump, man. Well, thank you for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're happy, man. Makes two of us. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, man. Very kind. How long is the Proby pilot? It's 1 year. 1 year. You'll be home by 2 each day during in-dock. Outside of the first 2, you do about half a day in the room, and the other half is online at your own time in the evening. Okay, very cool. So you'll be having Thanksgiving dinner at home. Oh, okay. Well, that makes me even more excited. Turks, shoot. I thought it was going to be going to like, I don't know, 8 p.m. Who knows? Listen, I'm an abused puppy, okay? I've been abused for the last 10 years of my life. I don't know what life is like outside of my abusive relationship with my current employer. I'm just here. Yes, would you like gear up, sir? Turk! Thanks for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. I see you guys keep blowing up my damn phone. My phone's gonna die over here. Turk, not to be confused with Turks. There's 2 Turks in the chat. What type will I be flying? Unknown at the time, Tender Aviation, but it's either going to be Boeing or Airbus. When I have that information out, trust me, I will definitely share with y'all. The way I'm looking at it, whatever gets me, my priority in terms of flying is getting back to the base that I live in. So whatever airplane gets me there sooner, that's the one I'll bid for, and just roll with it from there. Airplanes are airplanes, man. Push the yoke forward, it gets smaller. Pull it back, it gets bigger. Or no, opposite. Jeez, maybe I should stay on the Airbus. Do airlines hire and make offers based on retirement trends that never happen, like the railroads? Yes, a little bit, Ben. So we've had a big slew of retirement. So the last big hiring boom was, I don't know, however many years ago. And then with the age, the mandatory retirement being at 60, then that got pushed to 65. That added 5 years. And then at 65, everybody started timing out. So it kept delaying. And now you're seeing airlines retire more and more people. But that's been going on for a while now. You'll never see a type of hiring, in my opinion, that we saw post-COVID. Like, what was it, 22 to 24, maybe the very early parts of 2024. I don't think you'll see that type of suction in hiring from legacy carriers in the U.S., at least for a very, very long time. Now, again, there's nothing guaranteed in this industry, right? Anything can happen. Who knew what COVID was going to do? Who knew what, the retirement age getting changed? You had the 08 crisis. You had 2001. So there's all kinds of things that can happen to change things. But yeah, that does drive a lot of the hiring. Is you're basing on retirement, so you got to fill seats, right? Are you losing? So would you lose captain status? Yeah, Pax, man, you lose everything, man. You go all the way back to friggin' polywog, bottom of the barrel. So you'll be back to the right seat. I gotta start. I'm gonna have to change my sim around. I'm gonna have to start flying from over here. Oh my goodness, look at this view. Hurts my brain. There are 25-year-old Delta captains now? Yeah, that's the thing. There was a time with that hiring wave open there, and it was pretty wild. I don't think you'll see that again. Okay, now let's go ahead and get up to 40. All the way up to 40. I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign off. I'm going to make a phone call real quick to the wife, and I will be right back with you. So if y'all would be so kind to just monitor, make sure we don't stall it. Be right back. All right, we're back, Chad. I had to see more discussion. I know I was muted. All right. I know, I was trying to see if I would pick up the kids. We've got an hour, 0300. It's sim time 02. That's 55 minutes. I'll tell you what, let's go direct and pick up the speed here a little bit. We might, because this flight plan keeps us out of airspace for somebody, but let's go direct to Delta. Let's go direct Delta. Direct to insert. What happened to my flight plan? Direct to insert 85 Mach. And that actually saves us 10 minutes. So that might be time to get the kids. So that gives us 40. Oh, yeah. I think we'll be able to pick up the kids. You still here, Miss V1? I think I'll be good. Ben, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you guys for hanging with me too. I know I've been in and out of the stream, but appreciate you just staying strong. I can't believe I came back from the phone call. I thought, man, everyone's going to leave the stream. Just more people showed up. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate the support. Thank you for offering your advice. It actually helps me formulate a path to where I want to be. Ben, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat as well. And I'm glad I could help you out, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. New era for V1 simulations. Got to change the name to V2 simulations. Yeah. Real Airbus FO. I mean, since I was an airline captain, I can still technically claim an airline captain, right? Even though I may not currently end up being one. Or I currently am one now. But I currently, in the future, will not be. Got to do it for the clicks. Got to do it for the clicks, Chad. Got to keep the airline captain in there. I don't know. Turk says, bid the correct airplane. You might be able to say hello to some horns. Oh, dude. I would love to, man. I would love to. We didn't hear the nose till after you did. Oh, yeah, tell Miss V1. I know. She knows. Get this man a celebratory con leche. Nabil Hamdoui, my man. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Look, I finished my... oh, I was on the wrong cam. I finished my, this is what I get, the pecan, what is it? Pecan oat milk cortado, but I do it with whole milk. Dude, that's the way to go, man. That's my new cone. That thing is straight juice. It's directly to the veins, man. Less calories, too. I gotta watch, you know, if I'm gonna be in the right seat of a smaller airplane. I'm off course? Sorry. I might just end Beyond ATC because we're not going to use Beyond ATC for the approach anyway. Got to give Miss V1 a shout out. Absolutely. Captain McGee, thanks for the $5 super chat. Miss V1 has been through the friggin' ringer with me and in this career. So she has definitely been a huge part of it. I mean, I couldn't have done it without her. I mean, back in the day, flying freight, she would work 9 to 5, and then on her lunch break, she'd come home, take care of Stan the man, who recently we had to put down. On her lunch break, she'd drive home, take care of the dog, go back to work, then after work, come home, and either stay awake until 11 p.m. or midnight, and then come pick me up, and then bring me back to the apartment, and then at 2:30 in the morning, wake up, drop me back off at the airplane to go fly all morning, come back 9 to 5 days a week. I mean, I had to work, you know, a couple hours in the morning flying, but she had to go work a 9 to 5 after being up all night, so pretty wild. She is absolute rock. Alexandra Bellini, thank you for a massive 50 sub bomb. Appreciate you for a massive 50 gifted subs to the channel. Very kind. A massive membership gift. Thank you. If you pick a membership up from Alexandra Bellini, make sure you shout him out and say thank you. Been here a very long time as well. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate that. Fruit Bar Fund. Thanks for the $10 super chat, man. Appreciate you. The fruit bar fund. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Twifosp. Very kind. Chris PT6. Oh my goodness. My chat is so delayed here. You guys are bogging everything down. Hold on. Chris PT6. I have to pause my OBS alerts because it just like on my end it really dropped 50 as well. Chris PT6, my man, thank you for a massive 50 as well with the gifted memberships. I saw your text, man. I haven't got it back to anybody. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support, and thank you, man, for the congrats, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you for gifting 50 subs to the channel. It's too kind, my man. I appreciate you. Hope all is well. Hope the flying is good. But yeah, if you pick up a membership from Chris PT6 or Alexandra Bellini or any of the fine folks today, make sure you shout them out and say thank you. My chat box is I'm gonna have to restart it here because I'm cooked. You guys cooked. You guys officially cooked my chat box here on my end. My goodness. Oh, it feels good, chat. It feels good. It feels good to be in the clear now. Well, not in the clear, but just, you know what I mean. The relief. I was starting to get a little nervous. Relief, chat. Oh my word. Alexandra dropping another 50 right as Miss V1 heads out. I'll talk to you later. Hey, Lo, I think I'll be able to pick him up. I should be able to pick him up because we saved 15 minutes by taking a direct to. So I'll plan on picking them up. I might be a few minutes late. But Alexandra Bellini, another 50 sub bomb. I appreciate you for all the support. Very, very, very kind. Thank you so much. Maybe we need to fly into, we need to do some celebratory New Zealand ops in the Duke. This for Mr. Alexander Bellini. Vladimir Lezkov. Vladimir Lezovko? Thank you for the $10 super chat. Sorry for butchering your last name. Let's start FO Raincoat Fund for the walkarounds. Oh, chat. Oh, walkarounds. I gotta start getting used to it. I gotta take my slippers off and I gotta actually start doing walkarounds again, chat. Unbelievable. And it's gonna be winter season. Oh my goodness. You're absolutely right. I gotta figure out what the uniform standards are for cold weather operations. I haven't had to think about that in so long, man. Get in shape. Chubby Sim. Oh my word. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you. Bellini's blowing it up. Indeed. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Again, very kind. Too kind. Too kind. Captain, are fast track direct entry captains a thing in America, or you need a path? Sorry, the chat's moving so fast. It's just now getting caught up. I think I fixed it now. Need a path, the left seat, start all over again. So in the airline world, it's very rare in the U.S., very rare in the airline world for direct entry captains. Now, there are direct entry captain slots that happen in the regional level. There have been some new hires in the past, like I said, in the massive vacuum that was 2022 to 2024. There were some legacy guys getting awarded captain slots in training. But that time has passed. Now, as far as the regionals go, that's still a possibility, I think, and depending on which one you're going to. But there's also time limitations with that. So, you have to have 1,121. Sometimes there's company imposed limitations, like you have to have 500 hours of time on property. Like there's different things that can inhibit that from happening, but it's not impossible. You just have to look at the very specific situations. So I hope that kind of answers your question. Max Calgill, thank you for the $10 super chat as well. Congrats. How about a Barry Seal stream in celebration of your actual new job? Wink, wink. Well, you know what? I would have loved to do a second stream today, but I gotta pick up the kiddos. I gotta pick up the kiddos after this stream, so I don't think that'll happen. I'll text Miss V1 again. I'll see what's going on. Once we get a better idea of when we're gonna get there, I'm gonna double check my math on the time because my brain is fried. But I would love to take the Dukes out, the PT6 Duke out in the current in its updated state. So we shall see. But here's the thing: I'm going to stream as much as I can before I start on November 19th, because after that I'm probably going to go into a dark hole for a good while, just trying to stay focused. But I'm going to try to stream as much as I can until then. So I appreciate the support, Max. Future pro tip: you can get the branded ponchos for free from the ramp ops downstairs in the bases. That's a pro tip that I'm looking for. Thank you, Turks. I appreciate you, man. Branded ponchos for free from ramp ops. That's what I do. I want one of those. That'd be sweet. Chicago winters are calling your name. Oh no. Would you consider a long haul type rating if possible? Maybe in the future. Who knows? Again, like I said, I think I'm mostly in the minority when it comes to this, because most guys I talk to, they tend to like be interested in long haul. I've just never personally been one that has had a desire to fly long haul flights. I know it's cool. You get to travel the world. You can fly less at home. Like you can fly maybe 2 trips a month when you're super senior, 3 trips a month. I get it. But to me, the fun part is taking off and landing, man. I love flying short routes. I just enjoy it. You know, when I see a block time over 3 hours, I'm like, oh, this is going to be mid, you know. If I see 2 legs an hour or less than 2 hours, I'm all excited. 2, 3, even 3 legs, you know, 3 short. I would rather do 4 1-hour short flights than 2 flights over 3 hours. So, and the day goes by faster that way too. Eastern T3. Man, I'm trying to stay caught up. Thank you so much for a 50 gifted sub bomb. Another 50. My goodness, YouTube is going to be like, what is happening? Thank you for a massive 50 sub bomb as well, Eastern T3. Too kind. Anybody who got a membership today, you get the celebratory membership for the month. Appreciate you. That means we have to do a podcast, members only podcast coming up next. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Maybe we'll do a members only podcast. You know what? I think that's it. Since I can't do a second stream, we'll do a members-only podcast from the house, and I will discuss a little bit more detail for you guys. How about that? Does that sound fair? Sim Update 4 beta stream went. Never. I don't do betas. Tarting the chat green, indeed. How long does it take to become a captain? Again, it really depends on the airline and the operator. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes it's 20 years. You never know, right? It's all dependent on the airframe and the base that airframe is in. They're all going to be different. So it's hard to predict, but you can gauge by looking at trends and hiring and retirements and things of that nature and growth. But I've seen it as quick as, like I said, from new hires getting captain slots to taking 28 years to get a captain slot. So it just depends. I got another so I got 5th. I hope I got everybody. So Alexandra, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Dropping 100. Chris with 50. Thank you, my friend. Eastern T3. Thank you, my friend. I really hope I didn't. I had to restart my chat box like 3 times. Alexander says, from aviator to aviator, congrats on the new venture. I can only wish a promising future for you and your family. Thank you, man. Too kind. Thank you very, very much. Aircraft type known yet? Not yet. It's either going to be Boeing or Airbus. Long time no see. Jeff Faviano's in the house. What is going on, my man? Good to see you, dude. Hope all is well. Just got home from Vegas yesterday. What a miserable few days with turbulence. I think we were in moderate for 2 hours and had a few rolls with some heavy bumps and drops. Oh, man. Was that going from Vegas back home? Or going into Vegas can be rough, man. It can definitely be rough going in and out of Vegas. Especially if you're on in the back of a 321 just yawing around. Hope all is well, man. Jeff, have you flown the NAMC YS-11? Dude, that's an airplane you like. Trust me. You talked me into the shorts, which I think is, I still want to gouge my eyes out every time I load it in. But you need to get the YS-11. I'm telling you, Jeff, you need to get the YS-11, and you need to make a video so I can watch it when I'm at work this weekend. Because I want to do a video, but I just don't have the time to do a pre-recorded video. But I think you should do a YS-11 video, just like you did with the, what was it, the PT6 Beach 99 lookalike thing. I always forget the name of it. The Caravan, too. But I flew it around, Jeff. Dude, the YS-11, man, it flies great. It flies really good, and the sounds are actually pretty good too. Was in Denver a few days ago. Plus 20 knots on base and constant moderate turb. Horrible, gross. Yeah, St. Louis to Vegas was the worst flight I've been on in a while. I was in the tail. Oh, you were in the tail? Yeah, that's the worst, man. The worst part. I think sitting in the tail is the worst spot. Sitting above the wing, right above the wing, seems to be pretty stable, and up front is kind of in the middle, you know. But in the back of a 321 is the worst spot because it almost feels like you could almost feel the yaw more. I don't know. I remember doing a flight Denver to Dallas, or no, St. Louis, Denver, and then Denver, Dallas, and the entire day, both legs, moderate turbulence, everywhere you went. Just couldn't. Some days are like that, man. You just can't get out of it. It's just moderate everywhere. All right, that is a beautiful view, but we should probably start looking at what we got going on here. What is our mileage? We gotta. Oh yeah, chat. We gotta go to work. All right. I need to find. I'm going to come back to 8.4 Mach. Seatbelt sign is on. And time of arrival is 2:50 sim time. Current sim time, 2:23. That's 25 minutes, 2:25 on the ground. We'll do a replay for 10 minutes, 10:35. Yeah, I can get the kids. So, here. I'm going to text my wife real quick. All right. But congrats are in order for your new opportunity. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, man. Seatbelt sign is on. Let me find my Skardu charts. If I hopefully still have them somewhere here. Been a while since we went to Skardu. Where are they? Skardu Operaciones. Here they are. All right. Man, look at the wing. The Indy builds 340 wing flex. I think 10 for 10. I think they did a really good job on the wing flex on this. All right, I just want to remember the altitudes for coming in. There's Delta, then Bireb. Because you have to make the turn inbound from Bireb at the right angle or else you're cooked. There's a lot that goes into this. Kachura Lake. Okay, distance. Okay, here we go. So Bireb. The terrain on ND is going to look pretty sweet. Okay, so Kidney Hill, 10, 9, and 8. 9,300 feet. Increase rate of sound. High altitude 62. Okay, all right, here we go. Crossing SD. That's discontinuing approach. Approaching SD level off. 18,000. All right, so 17 is the terrain. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna prime 300 to get us going. I'm gonna change this. 82310, that's fine. I'm going to see if I can get weather. for Skardu. Let's see if they have a weather report, and then we're going to turn off beyond ATC because we won't need it because we're not going to follow their vectors in. We're going to fly our own published approach. Center, what is the weather at Skardu for Jet Airway 357? I was watching Maverick on the airplane, so it felt like a cinematic experience. That's awesome, dude.
Jet Airways 357 Heavy. Lahore radar weather at Skardu is currently unavailable. Please check local sources for updates.
Uh-oh, we need local sources for updates at Skardu. Anybody got Skardu weather? Let me try the EFB. All right, the nearest available is 320 at 2 meters per second. 7,000. Let's come in here and do this. 1025. Bye-bye. That sounds like Turk. Not Turks, Turk. Flying Turkish. All right, temperature is 13. 328 at 2. That's fine, we'll leave it. And is it 15 right, or I forget which runway we land on. We land on the left side, right? Because the scenery is a little weird. Or is it 14? 14 is longer. We're gonna set the center line for 14. Insert. And then SD is in the box. Center line fixed for 14. Let's go to plan mode. See how it's hard to read the screen? I love that. That's good. That actually looked good. BiReb SD. Okay, that all checks out. Bring you back. We're going to do auto brakes low. Flaps full. Let me run some landing perf. We don't have charts on here, so we got to run it ourselves. DJ Douglas, welcome to Private Pilot Man. Glad to have you on board. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Uh-oh, I just lost my second chat box over there. So we're going to sync FMS, and we're going to sync. It may not be able to pull it. Yeah. Sync FMS. Can we get sim brief weather? Yeah, we'll sync FMS. Winds 320. I'm gonna just make it worst case. A 10 knot tailwind. 320 at 10. Temperature was 13. QNH was 10. We're gonna just turn them off here. I'm actually just gonna end beyond ATC right now. So beyond ATC is off. That gives us a stop margin 36.49, so we're good. All right, so we're gonna stick with auto brakes low. I gave us a 10 knot tailwind there with a wet runway, so we should be fine. All right, it's time to start trickling down. Let's go ahead and manage the descent. It's actually getting kind of bumpy. Let's just go open. Let's see if we can get out of these bumps. It's probably only going to get worse, but down to 300. Wingnut is in the house with a $2 super chat. My man. If you don't fly the 737, I'm unsubscribing. Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Listen, you know this. Whatever gets me home quicker is all I'm going for, man. Whatever gets me home quicker. But I also can't let you, just this guy who never flew in the regionals come in here and say he's an airline pilot because he flies a 737. I gotta get some 737 street cred, Plus that'd be good for YouTube. 737 versus 320, real pilot experience. Hey, are you home tonight or are you out flying? How are we liking the 340 so far? Jeff, look, man, I was skeptical at the beginning. $60 is steep, especially when you have the fidelity of an airplane like Fenix that's even less than that. And here's the thing. I'm not typed on the 340, so I'm not qualified to say this is how it is real world or not, yada, yada, yada. But I will say I am in love with the CRT depictions. I like the sounds. I love the model and the texturing. I love the way it hand flies. I had to make a significant rudder curve on the ground, and some sensitivity stuff for the rudder. I think the rudder was way over boosted. But with all of that said, man, like, I haven't had any issues. The performance is fantastic. It is way better than the 350. I mean, this might be my most optimized airplane in the sim. Like, it is that good. It is really well optimized. The performance is great. And I'm just drawn to it. For some reason, you know, there's some airplanes that come out that they just have fun in. This is one of them. And as an American, right, I didn't really have any interest necessarily in the 340 because there was nobody flew the 340 out here. So I didn't have any connection to it. But once I started flying it in the sim, I don't know, I really started to enjoy it. And look at this, the wing view, man. This is my favorite wing view right here in the sim right now. 2 engines. This is my favorite wing view right here. I love it. I have been out of the loop with NASCAR 25 release. Dude, I've been watching your ship sim. Joe SDC dropping a $50 super chat. Man, appreciate the support. Very kind of you. Congrats on the new opportunity, Captain. Here's to real FO streams, the podcast tonight, and kids' fruit snacks. Godspeed on your new endeavors. I know my kids with the fruit snacks, man. Thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate the massive $50 super chat. Very kind of you. Yeah, real FO streams coming at you soon, man. Coming at you soon. Real FO streams. Thank you so much, Joe. Very kind of you, sir. Turk with the $2 super chat. PMDG's newest tech member. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be something? Mick Oatmeal with the $5 super chat. If you mess this up, you got to fly as career track next time. True. Listen, we got to focus here. We got to lock it in. Look how beautiful this is. This is why I don't understand why Skardu streams don't just flock everybody from all over the internet. This is... I haven't found a place more scenic to fly into in the sim than Skardu. Of all the places in the world to fly, I haven't flown to them all, definitely not, but of all the places I've flown to in simulators, nothing beats Skardu visually for me. All right, now we're going to start trickling down to 250 at 1,100 feet per minute, and we also need to start slowing down to 300 knots. But thank you, Mick Oatmeal. Yeah, we're going to, if I screw it up, it'll be career track. But we're not going to screw it up. I'm a little concerned about the final turn, the 180 in the valley. That's my biggest concern. Does the 340 support sim rate? That's a great question for the chat. Does anybody know if the A340 supports sim rate? Jesus, Wingnut. Oh, my goodness. A super chat war. I know. There's a super chat war going on. Turk's wife's boyfriend. Oh, my goodness. Fail the engine during the turn. I'm pretty sure... No, if the engine fails during the turn, you're done, Twist Awesome. So you're committed. The actual approach... I have it here on the side. Can I overlay it here? Window... Skardu operations... So, once you pass Sierra Delta, you're committed. So, Sierra Delta is the last point of exiting. This is where you can discontinue. After you make the turn inbound, you're committed. Now, even if you lose an engine, you're going to continue to land no matter what. But this is why I think taking off, you have to depart 3-2 because you have to go up this valley. I don't think you could depart 1-5 and survive if you lose an engine. It's just too steep. So I would imagine they force departures off the other end. Plus, I think the wind predominantly comes from the north down this valley. But, yeah, SD inbound, you're committed, engine failure or not. You're going into land. So this is our path that we're going to take. This is free off the internet, too, if you want to just look up the Skardu operations. Keep the terrain, Kidney Hill off our right, and then we're going to pass these hills here. I'm going to turn on. See, it's kind of hard to see the PA. Isn't that? See, that's good. If you turn those up, it's nice, but that's not realistic. Realistic CRT right now. Look, you want realism? That's what your ND would look like. Hold on, let me hide this. In a real world CRT right now, with the sun hitting this ND, that's what you would see. You would think it's off, just about. Well, that's off, right about there. But since it's the sim, I'm going to juice it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to go 240, open descent, reduce speed, 250 knots. And we're also going to manually activate and confirm the approach phase at this point. Seatbelt sign is on. Smoking sight could come off. Smoke them if you got them. Virtual Flight Diaries, my man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Congrats. Glad to see it all worked out, V1. Be honest, you're going to be you're going to USA Jet to fly the 727. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, who knows, man. I'm going to be sitting on the ramp with Jeff Faviano. He's going to be loading the cargo there for me in St. Louis. USA Jet. Thank you, Virtual Flight Diaries. Appreciate you. Jeez, Turk. Oh, my goodness. You're all banned. Last checklist item on the 340 in case of single engine loss is requesting chocolate. Yeah, I know, man. Swiss Air 340 video from Just Planes. Epic. Look at this. This model and texture, Aerosoft is going to have to bring it because this is really good. USA Jet 727 confirmed. Turk said turn it off completely for accurate depiction of flying into Phoenix. Yep. Alright, let me pull up flight recorder. I want to get that ready before we start going inbound here because it's going to get real fast. Yeah, they're not visually overbearing. Yeah, I agree. But I think that's why I like the 340-600 because it almost looks unnatural to have those big engines out there side by side. Like this looks good, and I think it looks balanced. But the 340-600 wing looks crazy because you have those big engine pods, which I prefer. I like extremes, right? I don't want to be in the middle. That's why I don't like the 320. I like the 321 or the 319. Look at that view coming in here. Oh, this whole time I've had steam running in the background. I've had a lot of stuff running in the background. No wonder. Alright. Alright, Delta inbound to Bioreb 240. Look, we're starting to get the terrain. Oh, that's beautiful. Which we're not going to fly into anything here. Look at that shot. Ian Gonzalez, welcome to Private Pilot. Glad to have you on board, my friend. I mean, these are the juiciest streams that I've ever done. Is flying in here. Do any of you have a destination that is more scenic than this? I'm genuinely asking, or at least competes. If you're watching this on replay, post it in the comments because I want to see. To me, I have not flown anywhere in the sim better than this airport. More scenic. But I'm not saying there isn't. Let me know if you have a competitor for flying in here. Look at this. No, Telluride doesn't compare. The Alps, Carlito, that's where I'm thinking there's got to be some more stuff, the Alps. The real popular one, where's the one in Europe? We did the Euro tour that everyone flies into. You do the circle. Innsbruck, Skans, Innsbruck. Innsbruck is good. I like Innsbruck. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful, but it's not Skardu. Like, Innsbruck is beautiful, but I still think Skardu is better. And Skardu is more challenging than Innsbruck. Pero Bhutan, I wasn't. Pero Bhutan is good too. I put Pero up there. But those are all places that I've seen, and I don't, you know. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Flying into that short strip is nice. But look at this, dude. The thing with this is you're committed so early. Yeah, Santos Dumont. That's the one I was thinking of. Santos Dumont, not Sao Paulo. Santos Dumont is a lot of fun, and it's beautiful. I'll tell you what, Santos Dumont on a sunrise approach, you got to do that in orange hour. We got to go to Norway, Tutko. We haven't done any flying over there. I'm going to need to get a Norway list put together. The Padu, Dutch Harbor, AJ, that's where I want to take the YS-11. I want to go into Dutch Harbor. Yeah, hours have colors, Vodka. There's orange hour in the morning time. Santos Dumont, if you haven't flown Santos Dumont at sunrise, you're missing out. Alright, so we're slowing up. So by Reb, and then SD, we want to be around 17,000. So we're vertical speed 1,000. We're looking good. Time check 2:20. Chat. I gotta get the kids soon. I have 40 minutes. No, I have 30 minutes. I gotta pick them up at 3. It's 2:20. So that's... If I can leave in 30 minutes, this has us touching down in 30. Alright, we're going to keep trickling down to 17,000. 17,000 feet is set. No, I don't want to... I can't sim rate. Hold on. Wingnut. Forget the kids. Switzerland and the Learjet, that would be... Yes. You know, we did Lugano a long time ago in X-Plane. And that was very beautiful, but it was also X-Plane. So, you know what? I should take a look in 2024. Lugano, Switzerland, and a Learjet. We took a 320 in there. Who remembers that stream? And then we took a King Air on the way out. Alright, so we're clearing this peak, and then we're going to go open down to 17. We're going to keep our speed up. Oh, wait, hold on. I think my wife can get the kids, so... Never mind. So, what we were planning is... My... Stanley's remains and like his memoir stuff was being delivered today, and my wife wanted to be there because I'm going to spread his ashes where I spread my dad's ashes. So we're good. We're good, chat. Again, Miss V1 coming in absolutely clutch. All right. 20 for 17. Now we got to pick it up. So open descent, and I'm actually gonna come back to 230 here. I want to slow down. I want to get the slats out here. I'm gonna start the recording now. No, it's too early to start. It'll be forever long. All right, let's just get those slats popped right now. See how the slats do that like weird noise, like they're coming out, but then they don't. I don't know what's up with that. See how we're getting a little bit high. Down to 17. Cams are up. I'm going to ride 230 here. And then I'm going to rip the speed back. already too fast. Or excuse me, too high. Heading selected as we get ready to go over Sierra Delta NDB. Stand by on the speed. Outstar, rip it back. Don't let the thrust come up. We're going to come straight back to 180. Actually, 170. And I'm going to manually select 13,000. Vertical speed 700. And recording is on. Alright, look at that. So yeah, we're landing on this runway. We're not landing over here. We're going to land on this one right here. This long one. Look at that. Beautiful. Ronald James, thank you for the 2 super chat. Can you share your curves, please? I have no curves on the side stick. I'm running the Moza AB9. No curves, but I'm running force feedback. We're right at VFE next. I need to get the airplane to start slowing down here. Flaps 2. But Ronald James, if you need rudder curves, at the beginning of the stream I posted them. I think I've got the rudder curves dialed in. But as far as my side stick, since it's force feedback, I'm running all linear. All right, 160 on the speed selected. And we are in heading mode, just getting ready to make the turn. Because we want to make the turn towards Kidney Hill over there. So here we go. 100-ish. We'll set 12,000 and we're going to pull for open. Thrust idle, open, descent, flaps 3 out of sequence. I'm going to catch up here. Flaps 3, we're still riding the brake. We're looking good now. And we're going to set 9,000. 9,000 is set. Riding the heading bug here. We'll still be able to get down. I'm going to try to keep it wide as possible. So we want to split hills 2 and 3. But because she's so slow to turn around here, we're going to give ourselves a nice wide... Look at that shot, huh? Like flying straight into that. And also Jip Whiz needs to be off for this approach. Terrain, Jip Whiz off. Looking at our winds pushing us from the right. We're looking good there, looking good. Just kind of rocking that heading bug, making the turn. There's hill number 1. 055. 14 for 9. What is the pressure down there, like 10, 20? Alright, so hills 2 and 3. Yeah, imagine just being a passenger right here. That's what you're looking at out your window. Stefan, thanks for the €5, man. Appreciate you. I don't see a message with it, but thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support. Alright, get ready to make the turn here. Start the turn right about a beam, this crack. Right abeam the crack there, you start the turn. Or spin around about 350. Should get us in the hole here, looking good. Keep coming down, we're to come all the way down to about 9 thou. Make it 330 in the turn now. Maybe I can keep the terrain push button on. Let's see if it yells at us, because I like seeing this. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Still riding the boards. 1027 on the meter. That's a little bit, keep us a little bit higher. I'm still playing catch up with the altitude here. Yep, replay is... I'm going to save that one. Scar1. I'm going to actually... I don't know why. It was doing a weird thing. Alright, I got it recording again now. Replay is on. Alright, so now you cut the corner in here like this. Almost like you're on a base leg. I'm going to go a little bit further till I'm over this little river patch here, and then we're going to make a 45-degree entry, essentially, to a pseudo downwind. And I'm also going to bring speed back 155, and right now turn the heading about 285. Put us at 45 degrees here for this. Looking good. Still riding those brakes. Here comes 10 for 9. Speed brakes stowed and arm. I'll actually go arm up here in a minute. So speed brakes are stowed. And now we're going to hand fly it. Actually, I'm going to keep the autopilot on because I like looking. Nothing crazy yet. Alright, so here's where I'm going to modify this. I'm going to come way tight. I'm going to come as tight as I can to the other side here. And I think you have to be below 160. So I'm going to come to 150. And we're going to keep it right on this hill. We're going to fly right over this point, and then we're going to make our 180. And there's some little dude's house down there. Turk's got a vacation home out here. 9 might be a little low. Let's go 9.5 and level.
2,500.
What's the field elevation on this thing? 7256. So 1,500 feet, 700 feet? That doesn't seem right.
2,000.
Alright, looking good. No gear yet. Oh, well, you know what? The gear is long, so let's go, or it takes a long time for it to deploy. So autopilot's coming off. Gear's coming down. Manage the speed. Flight director's off. Bird on. Spin the altitude up for go around. That will not happen. Flaps fools coming in. Hit this turn. There's Turk's house right there. Turk in the U.S. has got a vacation home out here in the hills. So that's where we're going to head for. Now, normally I go right for that hill, but I'm going to come a little bit right. See how, I mean, she is, like, does feel a little bit slippery here. Set myself up for a little bit more to the right. 9,100 feet, looking good. Spoilers arm. Wait, not yet, not yet. And now, I don't know what's happening to the YouTube alerts. Ganking and banking, we're cranking over. I want to get the signs on auto. Something happened to, oh, my landing lights, chat. What is happening over there? I think all the super chats are finally catching up. Keep descending here in the turn. Don't want to level. Looking for 8,200 feet. Not that steep. Keep swinging. Our VAP speed is really helping us out. Look at that. We're so low. That's actually, we're looking good. The wind is helping us too because it's coming from the There's pretty much dead wind right now. Look at this.
1,000.
1,000 feet, rolling out on final, on slope. Airbus gives you a nice little donut there. Centerline fix, 3-degree path. Chat. Landing checklist, cabin crew is advised auto thrust is... Why do we have an advisory message? We have an advisory message. No time to look at it, we're landing. You see that? We got an advisory on the ECAM.
500.
Magic Barrel rough update. Goodness, I don't know what's going on over there in the super chat. It's lagging out my OBS. A340 Captain confirmed. This is where we get a little slick though. Is that quartering tailwind? I did notice this airplane does feel slimy left and right.
300.
I'll turn the alert box off. Does feel a little bit slippery on the get on final. Oh, the alert box is still going. Interesting.
200. 100.
That is super annoying. Sorry, guys.
50. 40. 30. 320. 10.
Oh, I think we drove the mains in. I think we drove the mains in. Fly that nose wheel down. Dang it. Manual brakes, let it roll. Let it roll, let it roll. We gotta go all the way down to the end anyway. $70 knots. Wait, is there something written in the mountain over there? What is that? Does that say... That says something. CAA? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skardu. I'm having a lot of fun with this airplane. Of course, my alert box went berserk there on final. No idea what that was all about. Now, there was a really good scenery for Skardu in 2020. I don't know if it's 2024 compatible or not, but it updated all the runways and stuff. I just went into the snow looking at the wing view. Fake pilot at work here. We'll make the turnaround. Call the buses. I'm in 2K resolution, Diego. 2K. Yeah, I like how, look at the effects as you get over the edge of the runway, or over the taxiway. That is so cool. Now we gotta make a real tight right turn here. 180 or 360 really on the ramp. Oh, see? That's what happens if you try to do it in wing view the whole time. Good enough for government work. Park brake is set. Alright, we're not going to shut it down because it takes forever to get it rebooted, right? So, recordings are stopped. Let's go full screen cam. Let's see what our landing rate was. End the flight. Oh, chat. I'll show you on the, if you want to see on the flight tracker cam, you can see our path in here. This is so crazy. I love coming in here. As you do the turn through the valley. Pretty good path that we flew. Pretty much spot on all the way around, and our foot per minute is 195 according to this. 195 at 1.05 G on the flight tracker cam. So we'll put that away. And let's go ahead and watch the replay. So I'm gonna I don't know why I stopped the first one because I didn't think it was recording. But that's all right. This is pretty good from right here too. We'll let the flaps come out and everything, and then we will zoom forward to the landing. Anyone can grease it with 4 inches. Pause replay, turn my lights on, resume. I'll run this forward. Alright, full flaps coming in. Look at this. Auto thrust back on. Why is our man, whatever house that is right there, wild. On the 180, you want to see how close to. All right, I'll do it from external view on the next one. It looks greener out here this time. Last time we came here, it was all frozen. Is it summer in Skardu? The lake's not frozen. There's some greenery. Roll it out. Almost perfect on the rollout. Almost bang on perfect there for the rollout. Trying to get the auto thrust to do auto thrust things. Oh, the advisory? I actually don't. It's all jacked up now, right? Yeah, I don't have it. I don't know what our advisory was. I think it had to do with pressurization. Is that house a mosque, real world, KW? I don't know. Look at that. Look at those mountains, man. Jacked up his default panel state for I&I. Jeez, the Bill. Bill came out here swinging. Let's see if I forgot. Do I get reversers without touching? Let's see. Hold it, hold it. I try to do a little extra flare right there. Oh. Well, they tried. There we go. Maybe they had to be at idle. I'll put them in reverse. I don't like the CFMs on the Airbus, but I love seeing the flower pedal reverser on the 340. I mean, that is pretty cool. All right, we're going to set it up for Fabiano replay cam. Hold on. Let's see our touchdown first. A 195. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. We just held that right one up a little bit. That's pretty good. Bang on center line. You can't get more on center line than that. But see how it wants to almost tip left to right a little bit? I don't know if that's a suspension thing. It feels tippy on the ground. It feels a little tippy on the ground. But the rudders definitely help. All right, so I'm going to set up replay cam here. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to go outside, reset. Boom. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so reset position. That's off. That's on. We want to do it from this view. Right about here. Alright, and I'm going to turn you off. Recenter it. Lock it. That. Courtesy of Jeff Fabiano. Let me turn the... Make this more cinematic here. Sunrise. Right about yonder. Got some X-plane ortho in the background there. Oh, I'll take it. I will take that. Let's watch it in slow motion. Half speed. Kiss. I mean, the 340 is growing on me a ton. Oh, the four flower pedal reversers. Take the cam to the mountain. Oh, and do a flyover. That's a great idea. So let me wind it back. That's a good idea. And let's put the camera on this dude's house out here. So let's go showcase, reset. I'll turn you that and there. Where's this guy's house at? I gotta see it. Oh, a little bit too far. Oh, actually, oh, I had it. Oh no, I had it. Where's the house at? Oh, I didn't know I could move it with the mouse. That's much faster. I think that's the house right there. And where'd the airplane go? Oh. Normal speed. Resume. It only shows one gear when you're at a certain zoom level. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not showing both gear. There it is. Where'd the camera go? Oh, I'm gonna just reset. Alright, let's go outside view. Oh, it's the LOD model? I gotcha. Alright. Let's watch this from drone cam here. weren't that close to go. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you gotta crank it though. Look at that. You gotta crank that bank angle. That's why you gotta be below 160. I was surprised at how slow we were able to get. We're flying down here at VAP 135-ish. I mean, 130 VAP. So that really helps you. I still think of all the airplanes I've flown in here, MD-11 the hardest for sure. MD-11 was the hardest bird to get in here, no doubt about it. The 777-200 was surprisingly challenging as well, just because of how fast the turn came up. But I think that was because of our speed. I think that's because we were just so fast. You had to be a little bit faster. This handled surprisingly well, but at 130 knots, I mean, those are 320 speeds, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good for 320 speeds. All right, I'm going to put the last camera over the runway, and then I'm going to get sail going, and then we are getting out of here. So I'm going to go back out, reset, turn the sim down because you're loud. Let's do this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. We'll put the camera, we'll put it right here. Put it back. Let's see. Will it turn with it? Let's see. Yeah. All right. Butter. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Reset the whole thing. Throw you up in the wing view here. Start the final replay. Well, this was a memorable stream because of just everything going on. A very memorable stream for me. So, thank you all for being part of it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you all for the absolutely insane support today with the super chats and gifted subs, the milestone chats. I hope I didn't miss any. I can't even go back to my fan fund because it's just all jacked out, but I definitely know there were some massive ones from Turks, Team Vodka, Carlito, Alexander Bellini, Chris PT6, Joe SDC, VFD, Knock, many more. If I missed you, I apologize. It's as far back as my chat history will let me go back so you guys can freshen it out. But I'm going to leave you with this final replay on the approaching to Skardu. I'm going to go, actually, since I'm not picking up the kids, I might prep that second YS11 stream or flight or pre-recorded video this week. But members only, maybe members only stream next. What about that? Let's see. It's either a podcast or a stream. Members only coming up next time. Until then, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. I can't thank you enough. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm B1. See you.